kindly offensive. Hi, I'm Benny Crane, and this is the Kindness Offensive 101 for making the kit. And in front of us we have all the stuff we'd need. So I'll just run you through them. Here's this goes on the back of the jacket. We'll laminate that up all nicely. Badges for the front of the jacket with the main poster logo. Various designs for badges that we decided we needed to stick on the front of the hard hat, smileys and whatnot. And then 4/4 of the main poster, which we'll run you through in a minute. Plugging in the trusty laminator. So I'm going to start with the simplest bit, I think, the back plate. Just a laminating pouch and the logo. I'm going to leave an edge, obviously. And there we have it. Just going to pin it to the back. Strangely, and as simple as they are, they're quite effective, and we've got some great photos from them. We've had them branded, but I think this is just as good, really, so there you go, there's the jacket. So, I think badge next, which goes either side here. Okay, so we've got our badge, and we're going to use a bit of duct tape and a pin to put it on. Just a small little bit. Over the pin. Duct tape's just the strongest, it's the only one that seems to work. So over the back like that. And stick it on. There you have, complete jacket. This was a bit of a skull and crossbones. All these kind of war references and the Uncle Sam and the skull and crossbones, we just sort of thought we'd try and subvert war iconography and turn something bad into something good. Yeah, just a bit of tape for a smiley on the hat. Just whack it on the front. Fetching. So the captain ended up with some white glasses on him because we were particularly into Willy Wonka at the time, and that manifested into us wearing Oakley frog skins, which we're all a bit obsessed with, but they're expensive. You can get cheap ones for a couple of quid, doesn't really matter. White glasses. So now to the second part, we're going to make the TKO placard. It's been a really important object to us. It sort of diffuses situations sometimes in public arenas, and we think you'll probably have some fun with it as well. So we're going to show you how to make that now. We've got the actual board, we've got some lining paper which will go onto that board, and then the images you can download from Flickr to go onto that. We've got the handle, a back plate we'll use to attach the handle to, and then the tools you'll need. So we've got a saw, some wallpaper paste and brush, some varnish, different screws, bits like that. So now we're just going to line the board with some lining paper, just with some wallpaper paste, stick it down. We did try just pasting the image on, but the paste affects the colours and this is not as good, so we need a bit of this stuff. So we'll do that now. What I'm going to do is cut out these centre sections, the border that the printer leaves, so we can line them up, and leave this outside border because we found the proportions look quite nice at that scale. So I'm just laying out these bits of the image. I'm going to wallpaper them down too. Just going to take a little bit of painting over it to get it to line up, and then I'll cut around it. So now we're going to leave that to dry. It's going to take a few hours. We're going to make the handle. We've got a back plate because it needs one of those. We're going to chop this stick in half, the length of the back plate, so we've got a flat surface so we can screw it on. So one last step in keeping with our candy cane, skull and crossbones and our Willy Wonka interest is a bit of red tape. Make this thing look vaguely like a candy cane. Tape screw. Just going to cut it out now. So that's it cut out, and now we're just going to stick the handle on and put the back on. So to line this all up and not mess up any of the lines, we get 2 black screws and stick them in the black writing here. So you've got to line those up with the back plate. So there's the board, one last stage, bit of varnish, because we're going to be taking it outside. Make sure it's rainproof, we've got to do that outside because it stinks. Okay, so this might seem a bit anal, but These things are just cartridge paper and they get destroyed really quick if you don't bother with this. So apparently there's a way of doing this 6 inches away and strokes like this. And you do a layer, you leave it, come back. So here's one I made much earlier, 4 years ago. It's got a lot of history, silly little object. It's hung around our house and it's much loved for some reason. Love the way it's kind of weathered and stuff, and it's all that varnishing paid off. Took this board out the first day we went up on Hampstead Heath. Not quite sure if we were sane. We had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun with them at lots of different events. For some reason this thing gets in every shot, in every kindness offensive event, and people seem drawn to it and attracted to it, and I'm not quite sure why. It's ended up on mugs and t-shirts, and it's like some strange Andy Warhol spin-off, this thing. It tends to make people smile. You get a good reaction off people with this. Really excited that other people are now going to go and do this thing on their own. And if you get over that initial weirdness, it's a big payoff. So, have fun.